Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I have to tell you the story. It's a continuation of the Gangsta Squirrel series. Yes, it's a series now. So I happened to be in the park with my Target bag and I sat down in the bench, my favorite bench, right across from the magnolia tree, and which I'll show you a little picture of. I did a sketch. I've done several paintings of that scene. So I'm sitting there and I'm about to, now my right hand has the cell phone. My left hand is going into the Target bag. It's going into the Target bag. And what pops out under the shrubbery? Like, yeah, this little guy. This little guy. Now, in the park, there's a big sign in the entryway. No, don't feed the squirrels, don't feed the pigeons. Which people do feed the pigeons. I've seen it. I've even painted a person feeding pigeons. So this little guy pops out and he's in frozen mode. Like, this guy stays this way for a few long seconds. Enough for me to take several pictures. And I'm like, hey, I don't have food. And it's like, he's staring at me. Got food? And I'm like, I don't have food. I mean, I could give you the latest AARP magazine if you want, but I don't have food. So, and then as I'm putting my hand in the Target bag, he's looking at, he's following the motion. I'm like, dude, I don't have food, okay? In today's episode, I'm going to be painting this got food squirrel. So, if you missed my last video on the Gangsta Squirrel, what you looking at is there. What you're looking at episode, I'm going to link it below. So I'm Cindy, and I discovered my passion for art at my current age of 61. So come with me as I paint this got food squirrel. So the supplies I'll be using is this cold press Academy watercolor block 5x7, well 7x4x9, and it's cold press. And it's a block, and which means that it's sealed on all sides. And in order to remove the paper, there's like a slit here. Yeah, it says here, open. There's a slit right there. And I have this little device that I could just put in there and then carefully remove the paper. So I'm using that. So I'm using the number 8 and the number 6 round, using that, and I'm going to be using the Paul Rubens 24 half pan professional set, and I added 2 more items here. This is, I cannot pronounce this, so this is Quinn Gold right here, Daniel Smith, and Quidoctagon, oh, I can't even pronounce it, and Quinn Burnt Orange. I found out that these colors are going to be discontinued, so I ran to Blick and I got the watercolor tubes. So I've added that. And what I've done was I traced this picture. What I literally did was, the window is right there, so what I did was I just traced it, put it in the window, and I traced it right there. And I traced, from this tracing, I traced it onto the cold pressed paper, the Academy paper, by using this. I used the Saral wax-free transfer paper sampler. This is great. It does have these colors. I used the gray. Now, Amy from Winterwood Studio introduced me to this, and it is great. A lot of artists use graphite pencil, and I find that doesn't do well for me because you can't erase it, and sometimes it mixes with the watercolor, and that's not so cool. What's great is that you could erase. It's easy to erase. So that alone is worth its weight in gold. And You can see from the photograph to here, I exaggerated the tail a little bit. I brought the tail over and down. So just to give it some more emphasis. What I usually do is I also use these watercolor pencils that I got from Temu, of course. And I use that to do little sketches and such. Again, not to use the graphite pencil or any type of pencil, but I'm just going to do a little bit so that it blends with the watercolor, so you don't see the pencil lines. Let me just exaggerate this a little bit more. Let me see. Just do a little sketching here. Just sketching some stuff. Little sketch here, notations. I also have the Meeden dual wells, one for wash and one for rinse. I have my little towel here on the left side. I think what I'm going to remove this from its place and put it here. I think that'll be the best thing. Yeah. So let's get started. I'm going to use one of these brushes. This brush that I got from Five Below. It came in a set, literally for $5. I'm going to use it as a wash to do the tail. I want to wet this section. So it's wet on wet. You don't want to oversaturate it, but you don't want it to be too dry either. This Academy paper is good. You want to have it, if it has a sheen like this, this is perfect. So, oh, and I have my swatch card here, my little diary of the paints, so I know which one I could use. Maybe Payne's Gray. I'm gonna do a wash, which is like 80% more, 10% pigment. I'm gonna do that. This is burnt umber. I'm also going to use this. Payne's Gray. Okay, what I'll do is try and use this. Put this here. Determine the color. It's a little bit on the gray side. Payne's Gray is very dominating. Try and see if I can lift this up a little bit. Really didn't want that to bleed. 6 brush to get the little details. Okay, so now what I have to do is be a little careful and not to ruin it. See, I gotta think of something here because this is really dark. This is darker than this. So I may be ruining it now. Yeah, it's about that dark. It is, it's about that dark. It's very dark. Okay, so I think I'm ruining it a little bit. I think I am. Okay, so maybe what I could do, all right, let me see if I could do it again. Hold on. But then again, I don't want to work on it so much that, this is interesting. See, it's really dark. It's really dark there. It's almost like a brown black. Okay, so maybe what I should do, this is called playing around. I'm just playing around. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is dip this. Let's see what happens if I do it the other way. Oops, let's see, hold on. See what I'm doing? I think it's working. I think it's working. Let me continue with this dark background. It's a little bit black too, because it's all dark. It's very dark. Including black. Should be that, like that. Like that severe. A white gel pen, and this, I don't know what, this is a white gel pen. What I'm going to do is use this gel pen for the eye because I kind of painted over it. So he's primarily done. I'm just continue working on the paving stones in the background. Okay, so this little guy is done. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this micron pen. It's an 03. Hey, I mean, I think I worked the tail a little bit much, but overall, I think it came out all right. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, and hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.